Welcome to another One Punch Man the Strongest video. Now, I have a very exciting video today which has been planned for quite a while now. I have managed to get my hands on one of the top One Punch Man the Strongest accounts across the global version, being Kryon. You might recognize him from being in the top 3 all of the time on the live Clash leaderboards, as well as being well known for his high damage numbers against club boss burrows across Discord and other types of platforms. The video and mic quality will be different in this video since I'm borrowing a PC setup which should hopefully improve the overall quality of this video. However, this setup may not be used in every video moving forward, so you'll have to wait and see if I use this setup or not. This review will mostly be me being amazed and in shock about how maxed out Kryon's account is throughout this review, since he's 100 times better than me, so I find it highly unlikely for me giving out any pieces of advice. Kryon does post content on YouTube as he does live stream his live Clash sessions, so feel free to click the link in the description down below and subscribe to his channel and check out the type of content he has about One Punch Man. So without further ado, let's review his account. Alright, now he has a shit ton of characters to go through, so this is going to be quite a lengthy segment, but the stats on these characters are absolutely insane. So I guess we'll go to his main invested character, being SSR Genos, since he does spend a lot of money in this game, so this is basically like the maxed out Genos you'll ever see. So for his stats, his attack 300k, which is really high for someone who doesn't need attack, but look at this bloody HP, that is 5 million, that is absolutely crazy. I don't know how on earth you could be this high within 7 months or 8 months of this game being out. It's freaking insane. His crit is also 70%, his crit damage is 200%, so he is an absolute nuke against any type of team comp. His AoE damage is bloody insane. So his character skills, it's state 19, he's been heavily invested in, with all of the high-tech books being invested onto him. His 4-star limit break, which is good enough, you don't really need to get, I mean if you want, he gets 75% HP, but I don't think he would want his uber passive, because there'll be better characters in the end, so he doesn't really have to invest that much, but 4 stars is still good enough. His awakening's 3 stars just to get all the attack buffs out of the way. He could go for crush rate, but it's really up to him, but I think he's using all his materials on other people. And his oh my god, his character tree, I didn't even realize I had bonus stats like here, but he's got level 7 attacking sigils, or piercing in particular. He's got really high level sigils. Holy shit, I didn't even realize that people already are getting level 7. Far, that's crazy. Let me check his gears as well. So he's been 6-star badge for his HP, and he does have his keepsake, so he can get 5-star awakening if he really wanted to. And his gear setup, it's all fully maxed out with Star Ascension cards, so he's got 6 stars on everything. He's got crit rate, crit damage, HP, and damage rate. This is basically a minted out Genos right here. It is a broken set, which ideally you would want something like maybe a battle set to increase his HP, but that will be really hard to get the specific stats, especially for all 4 of these pieces, so this is good enough for now. But trust me, he does a shit ton of damage when I show you his PvP lineup later on, so don't be misled by this. This is still freaking amazing to go through. Oh god, his buff gears as well, fully maxed out. He does have 1 crit on this. This is not the greatest buff gear. Ideally, if I get at least like 2 or 3 good stats, then I would not touch it. He's only got crit, everything else he can change because he needs HP bonuses and so forth, especially crit, 3 crit. But he might be doing this for other units as well, so maybe he doesn't want all the high tech. He doesn't want to re-roll his high tech buff gears. But damage rates, he doesn't have augmentation. That's completely fine. They're freaking rare to get anyways. So his sub stats for his buff gear isn't like end level content, like end level quality, but they're still sustainable, I guess, for now. But they do cost a shit ton of gems to keep re-rolling, so this is alright for now. So from what Kryon has told me, he's invested a total of about 700 Star Ascension cards onto Genos, so he's basically nearly maxed out, so which is absolutely insane. Then next up, his second strongest is Watchdog Man. His stats also has 4.5 billion HP, which is surprisingly not as far off from Genos, as all the Star Ascension cards have been invested onto Genos and not Watchdog Man, but he nearly has the same amount of HP, which I guess you can explain it because he has freaking 5-star Awakening on Watchdog Man, so it's really crazy. His character skills, he's gotten everyone, I guess, to state 19, which is good. His limit break is 5 stars, which is great. He needed that in order to get his 5-star Awakening, which he already has, which is right here. Look at that. This is the first time I've seen someone on Global get 5-star Awakening. So this is actually really good. And his Uber passive is pretty good as well, so I guess that's why he invested 5 stars into Watchdog Man. He says that when he Uber passived Watchdog Man, it helped him a lot more in Live Clash than 5-star Awakening Genos, so that's why he's keeping it on Watchdog Man at the moment. So I mean, fair enough, he has enough materials to test out which one's better. And his character page, he doesn't have any health sigils or support sigils unlocked in this page, but I guess that's for what he put on Genos for the Star Ascension cards, but his sigils are decent enough. Check his badges. His keepsake, he does have to 3 stars, and then he has 4-star exclusive badge for his health. He just has a broken HP set, which is, I guess, good for now. Well, considering he already has like 4.5 million HP, that's freaking insane. Not even any Star Ascension cards on any of these bloody gears. It's actually, he's got a crazy setup. And his buff gears, he has heavily invested in this. That's because he does have 1 speed bonus and he has 2 HP bonus. So okay, this is good enough. Like, he can just keep this gear for now. He doesn't really need a reverter. I know these defense ones aren't really the greatest, but it's going to be too expensive trying to get all 5 stats. So this is a pretty good piece. And oh, he does have a augmentation reflection buff, which Watchdog Man doesn't really have a damage reflection state, so it's a bit of a bummer. I think maybe on his talent page, I think everyone maybe has that, but I mean, good enough for now. I don't know who you can put this on. You could put it on, or you can't even put on Carnage because it's not a dragon gear, I'm pretty sure he needs, but still a handy gear to have for whoever needs it later on. Now we can go to RMG. You might be surprised that she isn't as powerful as you would have thought as. That's because he did revert everything from Genos into RMG just to purely beat Boros, Club Boss Boros. So I do have images of him beating Club Boss Boros where he did 17 billion damage in total just from his main account alone. He does have other accounts, which is actually kind of crazy, and on the same server too, which is bloody mental. But he did manage to beat Club Boss Boros, and with the type of setup that he put onto RMG, he put an all gangster set with fully maxed out gear into it. So all the Star Ascension cards went into the gears. This helped him out a lot during Club Boss Boros. And if you can see behind these loot drops that he did get a total damage of 1.4 billion on just 1 attempt against Boros, which is absolutely insane. Because I can only hit 1 billion in total out of 3 attempts, but he can do 1.5 times better than me just in 1 attempt, which is freaking mental. He doesn't do this much damage anymore now, since he reverted all his Star Ascension cards back into Genos, so he roughly does around 600 to 700 million damage every time he does Club Boss Boros, so that's why his RMG isn't as powerful as it can be, because he's focusing on Genos, but RMG has been powerful before. Her health has 2.6 million, which is pretty good. And she does have 50% crit, which is also pretty good. In regards to her character skills, she's got state 18, which I guess is the highly maxed out he can do for all the espers. He did get her to 5 stars straight away, which is bloody mental straight away, Jesus. But I guess he can't afford all that. I don't know if he wants to go for 6 stars. He might maybe in the future, but I'll leave him to that. Okay, so right now he's currently trying to get her to 4-star awakening. I'm guessing this is going to be the next 5-star awakened character for him, but he's getting there. He's really pretty close. He just needs to get all these, which he can get just from like the world disasters and the awakening trials, because her 5-star awakening is beautiful, absolutely magnificent. And her character talents, and he also does have another level 7 sigil, a sword sigil. Wow. And she's got Bastion. Wow. Surprised he actually has 2 level 7, and the sword sigils the exact same. No, never mind, piercing. It's one piercing and then one sword sigil. Okay, that makes sense, but wow, that's absolutely mental. Next up, we do have Boros. His attack is basically the same as RMG and all the health in that. You might be wondering that Boros is still pretty prevalent to upgrade him, because especially for Club Boss Boros, he's still a great nuker to use alongside RMG, so I still recommend to invest a little bit into him so that you can get as much damage as possible against Club Boss Boros if you can't reach tier 5 chest. He's got him to state 19 progression, which is really good, and he did 5-star Boros, which I guess he might have done really early in the game. He does have him 3-star awakening. I wonder if he wants to push for 4-star awakening, considering there's RMG right next to him. But I'm surprised he has enough materials to share a lot of like 3-star awakenings with a lot of people. And his talent pages, okay, for charge. Wait, he doesn't use charge, does he? I think he just does berserk. I don't entirely know why these sigils are here, unless I'm forgetting something. Okay, I understand the berserk one here. This one I can understand. I'm not too sure about these ruthless sigils, unless I'm guessing the damage on an injured opponent is boosted heavily if he uses Zombie Man in Club Boss Boros, which everyone should use. So I think this is just a pure setup for just Club Boss Boros. So I think that's how it works. I'm not entirely 100% sure. I don't play the Southeast Asian servers. Like, I haven't played it when it first came out. I only just started playing it this year, so I'm not 100% educated on everything in this game, so please bear with me if I don't know my stuff. I also stopped playing the version recently since I've gotten overwhelmed with the amount of content in it, so I'm just purely focusing on global only. And that was free to play as well. I'd never put any money into it, but there's a lot of features on it. And especially if you don't have the like brand new units, it's a pain to go through in PvP, so I've just given up on it, but I do like to check the news if there's any new characters. Regards to his exclusive items, 3-star keepsake, you have to spend money on that, goddamn, and 3-star exclusive badge. He's got a full primal set, which is good, I guess for Club Boss Boros. He's probably using him a lot for that, especially. This is all pretty good. And all these buff gears, it has one crit. All those defense, man, that's tough. It's got damage rate, that's pretty good, and then just one attack bonus. Well, you don't really need to invest as much into his gears anymore, so you can just leave him as it is. Alright, now let's go through his Garo. He's also got 450k attack, which is pretty good. His health isn't as high, but I guess that's where all the HP goes. It goes to these two high HP units, and his speed's pretty fast as well. He's got him to state 17, which is interesting. I guess he might have upgraded like 3 maybe grapplers. He has to share between 3 grapplers instead of 2, so I guess that's why it's slightly a bit lower. He's got him to 5 stars, which is good enough for his passive and his follow-ups. It's only 1-star awakening. I guess he's not going to invest any more into him, just get the attack buff in it. And all these, yeah, see, now I'm very skeptical about these sigil choices, but I guess there's certain like play styles or certain scenarios that he uses Garo for, maybe against like the resist invasion or something. So I won't question that because I'm not entirely 100% sure, like the shadow one here. But I guess it does do more damage to shadow people maybe, so. I mean, this boosts up his BP anyways, all these level 6 sigils, so if he just wants his BP to be higher, then fair enough. He does have 2 of Garo's keepsake, which is interesting. I don't know if he did plan for that, or he just did that last minute because Garo's fall off is really near, or it's starting to happen a bit now, but he's still viable in certain situations, especially for PvE, so he's still good to have. And he doesn't have anything invested in his exclusive badge, so I guess all the Star Ascension cards was extracted out of Garo. He just has a broken set for Garo, nothing too fancy, just attack and speed, I guess for his speed order. And for his buff gears, he does have augmentation. It's the internal injury buffs. Wow, that's really lucky. That's actually really good. Unfortunately, for those who plan to use the exact same gear on Gale Wind when he comes out, unfortunately, he's not part of the special type. He's a part of the demon type, if I do remember, since his exclusive badge requires demon badges. So unfortunately, you're going to have to invest in a whole entire buff gear that's demon in order to get a special augmentation such as internal injury, so that's a bit unfortunate. Oh, he does have 2 attack bonuses on this gear, so that's actually really good. And there's no crit on that, it's unlucky, but he's probably not going to touch Gara as much anymore. Another one of his main units that he does use is Melzagard. He does have 3 million HP. And these are all his other stats. He's been put into the training center, so he does have level 18 on his skills. He got him to 4 stars, which is surprisingly surprised he got up to that, but I guess that's because all the Omni shards he's used onto him, so that's pretty good. He can just leave it as that. His awakenings, just 1, yeah, just for his HP. You don't really need to invest. He's not really important to invest in. And all these, yeah, he's not really touched, but I guess I'm pretty sure he uses Melzagard for his arena, so that's why he's one of the main units that I wanted to go over. I would also go through Giro, just in case for those wondering, since this is during the Giro meta. So these are his stats for Giro. He's got 2.5 million HP, which is pretty good. He also is put as a member in the training center, so he does have stay 18. He's limit breaking to 5 stars, which is really good, pretty quick. He's got nothing on his awakening for Giro, which I guess is fine. You don't really need to use Giro because he's not the strongest character in terms of attack. He's just there to provide his core and berserk buffs, so that's all we really need him for. And then these character talents, he doesn't really need to touch these. And a brand new character that just came out pretty recently, which came out of nowhere and should have been on the backup pass, but is Amai Mask. And these are his stats that he has for Amai, which is pretty good. His HP, I don't know if he's focusing more on HP on attack, I will check that now. You won't be able to see his speed since he's currently investing everything he can to get him as fast as possible, so that he can use it for club wars and that. So haha, sucks to be you, you won't know how fast he is. Yep, so he's also been put as a training member in the training center. He's got state 18, and he's on 3 stars at the moment, but I guess he's going to try to push for 4. I wonder how quickly he'll try to push him to 5. And his awakening, he hasn't been touched because I guess RMG's probably been occupying the extreme training the whole time, which sucks because I don't understand why Amai and RMG got released at like basically the same time, so you're going to have to hold off until RMG is completely done, which is a bit annoying. And all these character pages he hasn't invested in because I'm guessing he's just going to only use them for PvP because he's a PvP character. You barely use him in PvE, so he doesn't really need to be heavily invested in. Just speed, so anything that has to revolve with speed, that's when you're heavily invested in. So you don't really need to unlock these sigils unless you just want to buff up his attack or HP, however you want him to be built. For his badges, he has the keepsake to level 2, since that's not available to us yet. That'll be probably available in the claw machine, and his exclusive badge at 3 stars. Okay, so he has a split build for his Amai, which is interesting. So I guess he gets the best of both worlds, which is completely fine. He does have speed onto all of these, and a monk set, so I guess that's why this speed isn't 98 compared to everything else. So if you really want to, you could try to calculate what his actual speed is on his stats. I'm not going to show you, so it's up to you if you want to predict or guess in the comments down below how fast his Amai is. And all these gears, oh, he only has 1 speed bonus, which is unfortunate. He needs to get 3, that's what I'm guessing he's going to try to do within the next like few months or weeks. Trying to get at least 3 speed bonuses, which will use a lot of gems. That's a lot of damage reduction, which is good for Amai because he has a lot of damage reduction to himself. Pretty selfish, but for his passive. And then this is, don't really like any of these stats here. But you don't, yeah. And I guess that goes for basically all of his main characters that he uses. He does have people that are highly invested in, like G4, which can be used for PvE content. So I might just glimpse through his investment. Or he could be used as a leader, so that makes sense for one of the high techs. So that's why his character skill isn't as high as it should be. That's 5 stars, that's 2 awakening, just for his attack buffs. All the SAR ascension cards have been stripped off him. Actually, I should probably show off this. These are his badges, he's got his keepsake, only 1 on that, let's all go on to RMG. He just has a broken attacking set. And these are his buff gears. Wow, he has 3 speed. Oh, okay, so he can put this on other people, like maybe RMG if he really wants her to be as fast, but He does have for villain. I wish he had one for hero. But that's a really good gear to have. That's actually amazing, having 3 of speed, which is really hard to get. Okay, this is good that I'm going through these slight characters that he's brushed off to the side, since they're not really important to use in the meta of Giro anymore. And these are Zombie Man's stats. So with his Zombie Man, he's got him to stay 18. He is a leader, so that's why he is using all the books onto him. He's got him to 5 stars, which is good for his passive, which allows him to revive up to 6 times. Good, nothing's invested in his awakening since it's not really needed. He's just used for revives, and all these have been stripped off him. His keepsake is also 4 stars, so he's gotten 2 of his keepsake, which is really interesting. He's got a primal set, which I guess is useful against like Giro in the back row during club boss bars, I guess. And we can go look at all these buff gears, which are all attack. No attack bonuses, rip, but it is what it is. We have Goketsu, which these are his stats. He's been put as a member in the training center. He's got him to 4 stars. This is basically all you wanted to have. You don't need him to be 5 stars. He's 5-star passive. He's useless. His awakening's 2 stars, which is alright for his block, and none of this is really being invested in. His keepsake. He has his keepsake, and he just has 1 star ascension card on his badge. All HP, he's basically plays as a tank now during the Giro meta, so this is pretty good. And all of these buff gears are meh, but you don't really need to use them. I don't think he uses them as often anymore, so this is alright. I don't think I won't really go through these characters. These have all been left behind, including Flashy Flash, which is interesting, but I guess I don't know if he uses him during Live Clash, because he's a bitch to go against in Live Clash. I always ban him. I hate him. Oh shit. Let me just quickly go through this. He's used as a leader, okay. But other than that, oh, he does have him to 5 stars though. So I guess he did invest him, maybe just for figurines or something. Or he did use him and now not anymore during Giro meta. Yeah, nothing's been onto him anymore. Yeah, he's been neglected. Rip. Then all these other characters, I won't really go over. He does have 1 awakening on Deep Seeking, which is interesting. Alright, he's got so many shards. Everyone's like freaking limit breaking to 5 stars. I think I saw where it was Carnage. Yeah, Carnage, here he is. He's got so many shards of Carnage. Oh my god, he can actually get him nearly? No, he can get him to 6 stars, which is crazy, but I guess he doesn't really need to invest in him since he does need to save all of these grappler badges. But yeah, that's basically all of his characters. I will just go through the info book because he basically does have everyone, as you can see here. It's 89 out of 90. The only person he is missing is Loincloth here, but he was released really recently, so he'll just get him on the side when he pulls for any other LSSR or other raid up banners in the future, or potentially from the Superb Summons, which I think he is in. Before I do go through the rest of his account, I do want to show off a couple of PvP clips, which will be pretty short because they're actually quite funny to look at, since his Janos is absolutely insane. I do have battle replays here, I guess against this guy for example. Just wait and see how he fights against him. Jesus fucking Christ. Absolutely nuked everyone. He got 45 million damage AoE on every single one of them. That is absolutely crazy. If he gets crit on all those hits, he did say that he can roughly hit about like 10 million on each person, so it can go up to 60 million damage overall, which is absolutely insane. And I'll show off another well-rounded attempt against his lineup, which is against Rex Lapis, which is one of the high-ranking people on his server, so I'll show you that now. Yeah, man, his Genos is able to eradicate everyone's family and everyone they've ever loved and known. It is absolutely crazy. So on the topic of arena, I can also show you all the other arena aspects of this game. So in the Hero Peak arena and Villain, he's first in both of them. So on this leaderboard here, he's always getting the red border, which you get at the end of the week every time. So he's absolutely crazy on that end. And in regards to Live Clash, he is first, which he always is at least a top 3 every time I see him. My debut at this season with Live Clash, it was my very first opponent once against him, so it was very demoralizing. At the very start of my Live Clash journey this season, I had to go against him, which was stupid, but it is what it is. And here is my puny little self being ranked 80, which is actually not that bad. I'm in the top 100, which is pretty alright at the very start of the season. Alright, now I'll go through his account from left to right. So for his training hall, everything is maxed out except these 2 skill and battle training halls, because they're absolutely stupid and you shouldn't really invest in any of these because they provide little to nothing. You can actually save these book materials for a feature in the future, which I won't spoil, but just keep saving them up. But if you haven't maxed out any of these, make sure you max them out as soon as possible. In regards to his laboratory, wow, everything has gone up to level 9 except Genos, 8, 4, and he has Child Emperor. Oh, okay, so he has all these 3. I guess because the buffs here that they provide. For example, for Mosquito Girl, she's really good for AoE. Oh, and she does heal rate, which is pretty good. I know Giro also does heal rate, I'm pretty sure. No, I'm retarded. It's dot boost. Who does heal rate? I think it was Genos as well. Genos was the one who did heal rate. Yes, he did heal rate, which is good against Giro, because heal rate will buff the healing passive that he has for the first 2 turns. Shield break is also really good, especially against like My Mask, which for PvP, which will be in a lot of those lineups. So that's why Genos is highly prioritized as being one of your main 6 cores here. Let me just check Amai's, what boost does he have? Single target injury. Okay, so just all those injury boosts. Let me just check Zombie Man's real quick. Heal rate, yep, that's okay. So he also does heal rate because heal rate is bloody amazing with Giro. I don't have Deep Seeking, so I actually don't know what he does provide, but a lot of shield rate. Okay, and bonus reduction. Okay, I see. Achievements, he's first. Nothing really to go over there. Now for his figurines, a lot of them have been starred. Look at all of them. These are heavily invested in. He's got so many shards and badges. And he's unlocked basically every figurine except Lloyd Cloth over here. Oh yeah, I haven't seen that on my one. Other than that, all these... Oh, there's group 19 now. I didn't even realize that. I think it was group 18 before when I last reviewed my account, I think. Or during April. We can go through the leaderboard as well. In his server, he is first. He's in server 73 for those wondering. And he is absolutely capping Rex Lapis. Don't be too discouraged. He spends a lot of money in this game, so this is to be expected. State, he's first. Strongest character, of course he's first with his maxed out Genos. And the club that he is the leader of is 5th in the leaderboard. But don't misjudge this, as he is first, as you can see for this little batch here, that he did win the whole tournament bracket. So he's really good during Club Wars. In regards to the damage he deals against Club Wars Boros now, so since he did revert everything that he put on RMG into Genos again, so he does do an average of about 700 million now per attempt. It is Esper bonus day, so he did probably get a little bit higher than what he normally would get, but he still does a good amount of damage. I think just 1 attack alone, or maybe 2, is enough to get the tier 5 chest, which he doesn't need anymore. I know, yeah, here. I also do want to go over the resist invasion, since in the server bracket that he's in, like during Club Wars, he's the only person that has access fighting Garo, which is mental, because even in my server bracket, I'm pretty sure no one has entered this range yet, so it's quite insane that he's the only person being able to fight Garo, because everyone else is fighting them too. No one, even in the servers, and just him in his server, is only fighting Garo. which he's able to do a shit ton of damage against, which is interesting. I can't open this now, and unfortunately I pulled shit things. I'm really sorry, Kryon. Alright, now going through his training center, the stages that he has reached is, wow, he's gone beyond the 40 range, is averaging like 45 or stage 44, which is pretty good. He gets a lot of materials from this, so this is actually really good. This just proves that his characters are strong for every type of unit, but this is fair since he does pull for every character that comes out, so it makes sense that he's really high like this. In regards to type training, everything is up to tier 11, which is really high. Oh my god, because I think I'm only up to ally HP bonus, so he's like 3 ahead of me in terms of these buffs, which is absolutely mental. And then in regards to his member training, his average level is 100, and he's basically, oh no, he's unlocked every single slot of these here. And he does have 2 of every type of unit, which is good because this is ideal. I myself did do this compared to my last account review where I had 3 grapplers and 3 espers. Now I have 2 of each unit. But he can do this since he does have all these LSSR, so these will still be useful for him anyways when he invests into them. I don't know about G4 100%, but yeah. And his skill training level cap is 96. It's really close to 100, which is insane. And looking all of this, oh my god, he's about to get hit red in these bloody abilities. Oh my god. I also do want to go through hero and villain because he is currently ranked first in his server, and from what I've heard, he's ranked 2nd out of everyone that plays in the global version, right behind Prophet, who's also a big whale, but I think he just quit as of a couple months ago, so it's a shame that he won't be progressing as much into hero villain anytime soon. So Kryon, I'm pretty sure, is the highest person that we have playing on a global server, which is absolutely mental. He's skipping 8 stages ahead of these. I think I'm only up to stage 2, which is against Subterranean, which is fucking cold shit. Oh my god. But yeah, I guess he's gonna have to wait until another hero character comes out, maybe like Tatsumaki. I don't know if she'll be good against single target people, but I guess that might be viable next. Okay, now I can go through his Saitama features, which I'll claim this thing really quickly. Okay, so for his memory cards, when I look through this, he basically has maxed out every single one of them, except just these little ones at the very start of the game. But all these ones at the end here, he's fully maxed out, so all the ones that you can benefit massively from, especially against Club Boss Boros, he's maxed out. So I think, how many does he need left? He only needs 1, 2, 3, 4 left, if I can count correctly, and if not, I am blind as a bat. But yeah, 4. So he is actually nearly done. Once, there will be a feature coming soon eventually that you will be able to progress even more further, but I don't know when that will come out. But I guess they're going to have to move on real soon because Kryon's about to finish all of these memory cards. And for his talent trees, I'm surprised that not all of these are maxed out compared to all of these. Okay, I guess he's working on that last, unless he just wants to work on all these attack. But I guess, yeah, I mean, these ones aren't really as important with Dot. They will be once ATT or Tatsumaki comes out, so, but he's got time. Unless she starts coming out in July, which hopefully she comes out in August, just for my sake and for free-to-play players. But if not, it is what it is. And for what he currently has in his bag, not to peep through a lot of things, so he does have a lot of shards. This is what I find a lot of whales do have. They have a lot of Omni shards, so it's bloody insane how quickly people 5-star characters. And I guess he doesn't touch any of these training cards instead of really do anything. But I guess this is what he exchanges his coins from the World Disaster for the materials that he can use to evolve everyone to red star quality. And yes, this is basically all of his good stuff. What I do know, or what he's told me, that he does have over 1,000 Star Ascension cards on his account, with 700 of them into Genos, and about 300 at the moment into a Mai, and then just a little inconsistencies with everyone else. So he has a shit ton of Star Ascension cards on his account. And I guess we can also go through his backup stick, so not even within a week in and he already has maxed it out since he wanted to get MI as soon as possible, since this does help with PvP a lot, especially in live clash. He is bloody annoying to go up against because he's shields and everything. He doesn't really need to continue with any of these quests since he already maxed them out with all the funds he used. And yeah. But this is a really cool skin though, so I do want to get him at the end. I'm really tempted to spend as much money just to get max out the tiers to get them, but I won't because I'm smart with my money. Right, Kryon? Haha! And I'm surprised he doesn't, or he hasn't purchased any of these yet. But you don't really need to purchase these packs until later on in the month if you know that you can buy the black tickets. Unless he just uses his actual funds to buy the keepsake ticket packs, so I don't know what his situation with that is. And that's it for today's video. I'd like to give a huge shout out for Kryon for letting me publicly show off how OP his account is to all of you. So make sure you check out his YouTube down below and support his channel. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and feel free to comment down below on any questions about my video or possible future content. Until next time.